I hate Christmas. I really do. You know, and plenty others have talked about how being an atheist you can still celebrate Christmas and you can still have the tree because Christmas is such a secularized holiday these days, and Christianity stole all their symbology from other religions and other I hate cultures and all this other stuff anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's not like you actually believe in the, you know, Santa Claus and Jesus and anything, but you just want to celebrate. And to a certain extent, I agree. When the holiday season comes up, I am going to be getting together with my family, and we'll exchange some gifts and do the usual rickety-rackety of the season, as it were. I don't like Christmas. I'm not really celebrating anything but the season. I hate. And I don't like maintaining symbology from my past religiousness. I don't see a point in it, even if it is a relatively secularized symbology. For example, the Christmas tree. Yeah, I know where it came from. Yeah, I know it's not originally a Christian thing at all. But it would bother me very, very much to have a Christmas tree in my house. I don't like Christmas. If carolers came and knocked on my door, I would probably slam the door in their face, especially because they're probably asking for money. But one thing that really actually pisses me off more than any of the other symbols I hate is decorating your house with lights. I would probably slam the door in their face. My street, where I live, I'm pretty much the only house that does not have lights up. And all the other houses have a lot of lights up. I don't like Christmas. Probably you're talking at least 5,000 to 10,000 lights on at minimum on each house. I would probably slam the door in their face. I just recently joined a band for hire, and there are a lot of religious overtones in the music. But I'm, doing it for the money, so it doesn't really matter to me. The guy who wrote these songs came over to my house so we could practice the other day, and I would probably slam the door in their face. He comes and looks at my house, he says, look at all the other houses on the block, they're all lit up and beautiful. Why don't you do this to your house? Why don't you do this to your house? Your house is like the dead spot of the neighborhood. It's like, it looks sad and lonely and this and that. And I'm like, slam the door in their face. I'm neither sad nor lonely. I just don't slam the door in their face. I see a point in spending $100 a night on my electric bill. And furthermore, it's not all that pretty to me. I have people on my block in competitions with one another. Where's the holiday spirit in that? It's vindictive, and it's, they're trying to outdo each other. It's a fucking competition. And, that's ugly in my mind. That's not the spirit of the season. That's just the spirit of humanity coming out and, ruining the season. But I'm, doing it for the money, so it doesn't really matter to me. It's the season of giving, as it were, and the season of joy, and you're supposed to be giving door in their face. Peace and joy to everyone around you. And that's why you'll find a Santa Claus at the front entrance of your pharmacy or your supermarket slam the door in their face, ringing a bell and who has a little bucket next to him. And I don't like Christmas, but I'm doing it for the money, so it doesn't really matter to me. Asking for donations for the Red Cross or for this or for that. I'm doing it for the money, and I find it to be exploitative. People slam the door in their face. Obviously, are more willing to give money when they're in a good mood, and they're more likely to be in a good mood at this time of year. So slam the door in their face. Of course, you're more likely to get more money if you're begging for money at this time of year. But I'm doing it for the money, so it doesn't really matter to me. And that's all they're doing. They're begging. It's it's like a homeless person practically, as far as I'm concerned. The Red Cross has an advocate homeless person in front of my store who's going to slam the door in their face, harass me, ringing a fucking bell over and over and over again. because of my stature recently and my beardiness, I don't like Christmas. I was asked by a group if I would be willing to slam the door in their face, be a Santa Claus for the holiday season. And I outright told them no. Slam the door in their face. I do not want to be Santa Claus. I don't like Christmas. First of all, I don't want little kids taking a shit on my knee. The thing is that I don't want to encourage the religious fiasco that is Christmas. I don't like Christmas. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to encourage it, and I do not want to be a part of it. And I mean, for me, that's the whole point. When you are putting a Christmas tree in your house, when you're decorating your house with lots of lights, and I don't like Christmas, and other, nativity scenes and things like that. You're not making yourself slam the door in the secular world face a symbol for this holiday season. You're making yourself a symbol of the Christian religion for this holiday season, regardless of what the history behind the symbol actually is. And for me, that's something I do not want to be a part of at all. I do not want to encourage Christianity's complete inconsideration of the rest of the world during this time of year. I don't like Christmas, and I don't want to encourage Christianity's ego, which is already so inflated this time of year, that they are the greatest religion that anyone has ever seen, and it's like those assholes that were calling all the news stations and radio shows last year at this time of year, because the big debate was, well, do you say Happy Holidays or do you say Merry Christmas? But I'm doing it for the money, so it doesn't really matter to me. And all these conservative white muggers are calling up saying, it's Merry Christmas. You say Merry Christmas to me. If I hear one more asshole say Happy Holidays, I'm going to punch him in the teeth. It's Merry Christmas. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that people were losing their ass financially last year, and I think their heads are on a little bit more straight, at least so far this year. But I'm doing it for the money, so it doesn't really matter to me. But that just shows you the kind of mentality that actual Christians have about Christmas. It is theirs. It is, this time of the year belongs to them. And I don't like Christmas. I don't want to and could not disagree more. This time of year belongs to everybody. It does not belong to Christians. And as such, I don't want to encourage Christianity whatsoever during this time of year. So call me the Grinch, call me Mr. Scrooge, call me whatever the hell you want to call me. I don't like Christmas, but I'm doing it for the money, so it doesn't really matter to me. I don't like Christmas. I never have. When I was Jewish, I hated Christmas. When I'm an atheist now, I don't like Christmas. I still hate Christmas, and I wish you all a happy holidays.